We continue in this knowledge. And here you have Points of Light, which is a charity organisation. Yeah. Started by George Bush. And, Points of Light, George H.W. Bush, volunteering and community service organisations. So, it doesn't say specifically what they do, but I think you can guess, because if you're going by the name, the Points of Light, so you know what they're doing when they're doing this volunteering and community service. They're basically spreading the light by spreading the points, and and the spreading the tea around. Obviously, we know how these Masons love light. The idea of light. So basically, when the point of light is, pinprick into the skin, and then the injection of light into the body. Right? And there's the picture, the illustration for it. And interestingly, there's 19 of these little circles. Like 18 of doors and one in the centre, so 19 little dots, points of light. Right? Of course, forming a hex with the 6 and the 6-pointed star. And as we see here, the hypodermic needle comes under the category of medical tools, which enter the skin, in the sharps, called sharps. That was when our angels play harps. Right? There's a lot of stuff to do with harp. Obviously, like these type of scientific stuff and all that. Yeah, there's that one harps project, and a lot of you got a hex associated with that. And another one, which is the brainchild of Gerald Bull, and the high velocity guns and gun propulsion system. Again, right, when you have the syringe, can be the gun. So you're getting a lot of hex all around. Of course, the angel plays the harp, got the wings. You see here, read the medical gauges or whatever, right? Ranges from 7 gauge to 33, and 21 gauges are the most commonly used. So it's all totally coded with Masonic code, as you would expect. See this stuff, right? They're basically coding in and telling you, about the first injections. Yeah, they're basically telling you the snake bite idea is the injection, anointing and unction in the Old Testament, but was not truly explored until the 17th century. But basically, that was when the Old Testament come about. End of. Not that the sort of the 2,000-year history of the previous Bibles is all garbage. So this stuff, that was basically, all makes sense. Yeah? 17th century, and all this. And this is interesting as well, right? Because when you have these menorahs, right, look at the designs on them. They've all got the type of designs like arrowheads and spikes, right? So I'm basically thinking that these, again, are syringes, right? It's basically, again, it's metaphor for the syringe. And you get them in a few different numbers. You get obviously you get the 7 ones. So you've got 3 on each side, like 33, and then 1 in the middle for a 7. Right? And you get other ones with 9 on and stuff like that. But when you take the idea that the candlestick, right? When you put that candlestick in, right, then you light the top of the candlestick and they call it a wick. And again, wick is something they use a lot in Kurds, right? But the wick becomes the point of light because you light the wick, right? So it's like similar in a way, or the way they're thinking that it's similar to a syringe, in that it's a point of light on the end of the candle, right? Like I say, these to me, again, are basically metaphors for the syringes. Look at that. What the heck's on there? And they call the thing branches. They call these branches. But again, right, look at the Kurd in the word of this menorah. Look at all the Kurd in it. You got the Haim, like the Haim James idea, the Roman. You got the Roman idea, and with basically a 3, and then an H for, when you capitalize the H, it becomes 2 T's. So you got, a lot of Kurd and the idea of a menorah itself. Right? So it's like, when did this thing obviously come about? Obviously they claim thousands of years ago, and it's just basically a candlestick. But again, to me, all this stuff symbolizing the what do you call it? Syringe injections, same as the triangle itself. The triangle itself symbolizes an injection type of thing. Of course, if all this is basically like scientific, more like modern scientific based type of thing, then obviously the entire history of all this stuff is just absolute rubbish, like, isn't it? See there, the 3 wick pillar candle. And again, sort of become the point of light. Of course, to have ideas like the John Wick. And obviously, love the more light in masonry. Like the idea of light. More light, one of the biggest ideas. More light, Masonic enlightenment. One of the biggest ideas what they've got. So this is basically how they're going to be spreading light in their idea. That's how you spread light, by injecting people with T hormones and that. Illuminating, see? Let there be light. That's the Colonel Sanders one. Three points, dots. Yeah. Could the compass side the arid? We know how it relates to the castration tool. That supposed ancient castration tool, right? There could also be, like metaphoric of a name, syringe. Like the needles type of thing, see? The needles. And to me, like the triangle growing up, again, it's like a jagged point. Like a spearhead type of idea, right? So again, could this stuff be all that they were that? Most likely, you know what I mean? Again, right, in the alchemy, basically you got the sharp points idea again. A lot of sharp points, spikes. Type of sharp points idea, I see. Maybe just as simple as that. Chemical science, injecting chemicals in. Of course, the universal cure for the disease of being a natural person. Healing the sick, see? Again, bit of a sharp spike. There's 19 up on the top as well. 19 points of light. When you're healing the sick, right? The isk of the sick. And you have the Sicarius is attributed to this Judas Iscariot. Right? Always reminds me of James Herriot, the vet. Yeah. And Judas Iscariot was supposed to be the dagger carrier. It's Judas, right? The dagger man, right? According to this stuff. Martin Kerioth. The word Sicarius meaning dagger man, right? So maybe it's this dagger. There's the sick again, the sick. Maybe it's this dagger. It's basically, again, another metaphor for the injection. Healing via the sick, the way of the sick, Healing the sick with the sick, the dagger. So all very funny stuff.